Why are there so many Asians on Main Street?
Wait, how do you know they're all Asians?
What do you mean?
Describe an Asian.
Short, small eyes, white, smooth, straight hair?
Hey, that's what I look like. People have always assumed I was Asian. Me and my dad.
You know, I am a school bus driver. I'm talking about 3 years ago. I have a road in Flushing.
When I interviewed my dad, he told me about a time on his bus route when Chinese parents came to leave their children, and they said to him, "Happy New Year, Happy New Year," and continued on talking to him in Chinese. In his mind, he's thinking that they're just happy about their holiday. But later on that day,
And I respond in Spanish. The Chinese, they say, "Oh, you are Hispanic. We thought you are Chinese." That's why I say, I look like a Chinese. They were talking in Chinese this morning.
Honestly, when I first saw you, I did think you were Asian, but don't feel bad. A lot of people come up to me and talk to me in Arabic.
people just classify me into different stereotypes because I look Asian. Why do they do that? Maybe people make assumptions in order to relate better to each other.
I guess those parents talked to your dad in Chinese because they wanted to connect with him. Why? It makes them feel more comfortable talking in their language. People are more willing to relate to others when they believe they have things in common, like where they're from, their music, and their food. I talked to my uncle about when he and my father first came to Main Street from our country of Colombia. He said things there used to be very different.
In the 80s, Colombians we were very popular here, especially within the Spanish population. There were other Spanish, but Colombian mostly. At least we were more notorious because those were the first Spanish businesses. That's why I used to hang out Main Street, but I used to stay there for a long time and hang out every day. But I started noticing day by day Colombian restaurants were closing, and I start seeing the growth of the Asian population from Asia. So they took over the place. Basically, I ended up living there because my friends gone from around there. They were gone. They left. There's no more of the old times.
Hearing that makes me feel very sad because when my uncle left, he was unemployed and ended up having a really rough time trying to find the same job with the same salary he had on Main Street.
It seems like so many immigrants come to Main Street, but why Main Street?
Yeah, why is Main Street so popular? To find this out, I interviewed a historian from the Queens Library. His name is John Hislop. What do you think was the main reason that drew a lot of Asians, or not even Asians, but many other cultures into Main Street?
Public transportation, cheap rent, cheap commercial space. We have articles about the first Colombians moving into Jackson Heights, and there's this one guy who moved there. And then he brought his friend, and then he brought his other friends, and they brought their friends, and then there was a known that Jackson Heights was a nice place to go for Colombians. That's probably what happened in Flushing for your father. Probably the same thing for anyone, the Chinese. You got the Afghanis now down on Main Street. I think it's just like one person comes, they bring their friends, they bring their family.
We went on Main Street to ask people where they're from and why they moved here.
What country in Asia are you from?
China. My name is Thơ. I'm from Vietnam.
What's your nationality?
Chinese.
What do you think is that attracts so many people of Asian descent to come to live in Main Street?
Well, it's the environment that people like here. There are like many Asian people that live around here, so they feel like a sense of belonging.
Are you Chinese?
Yeah, I'm Chinese.
Out of all places, you could have went to different neighborhoods in New York and different boroughs. What made you come to Queens, especially Main Street?
First, I lived Florida. Yeah, when I lived in Florida, I heard someone say, "Okay, you not speak very good English. You better live in New York and Chinatown." When I come to Chinatown, it's too much messy. I don't like it there. So the people come, "Okay, you better move to the Flushing."
Oh, so you went from Florida and then you came to Chinatown and it was too messy and you didn't like it. So you moved over here.
Believe it or not everyone we talked to was Asian. How long have you lived on Main Street, actually?
Well, I've lived right off of Main Street here since 1978.
This is clear. She's Jewish. Have you seen a cultural change or maybe certain ethnicities or nationalities disappearing?
Well, the changes with the Asian influx brought back more vibrancy to the neighborhood.
I guess Asians moving to Main Street wasn't bad after all. They deserve to be there, like my uncle and many other people. They came to this country with nothing and ended up achieving their goals.
I guess Claire said it best.
People are pretty much the same everywhere, I think. And it's just a matter of getting used to different cultures. Things have to change, and you have to change with it.
For WNYC, I'm rookie reporter Tracy Leon.
And I'm rookie reporter Edwin Janos.